Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 557 of Fallout 4. Last episode, we saw how synths were made. Woo! Ribbits. They're gonna zap him. Watch, they're gonna zap him. Wait, no, they already zapped him. They're gonna dip him in the tank of boiling synth goo. Goodbye, synth friend. And hello, watch. Now notice, he doesn't have underwear on. There are no clothes. There are no clothes on the synth. Just watch what happens. Just stand right here. All right, no clothes, yeah, okay. And where did those underwear come from? Fun thing to point out. But we went to Advanced Systems, we talked to Lee, now we're in Robotics, we talked to Max and Benet. I totally pronounced that name right, it feels good, man. But I got a couple terminals I need to look at here. Maintenance requests, so wait, hold on, this is Terminal 3A. Submitted by Oberly N. Found unit J284 cleaning boardroom. For the third day in a row, I don't think that this unit has ever actually left the boardroom. Navigation software patched, so unit returned to service. Submitted by IO. Unit X472 complaining of blurred vision in right eye, unable to correct without permanent damage. Unit wiped and reassigned to Facilities Division. Submitted by Fillmore A. Primary drive breakdown on B347, third unit this month. Can we please look into this? Submitted by Thompson E. Looks like the latest navigation software has some issues. Found 2 Gen 1s trying to walk through walls. Pathfinding software updated. All Gen 1 units will require patch facility notified. Submitted by Benael. Hey Dad, Eve is having trouble speaking today. Lots of stuttering. Can you please look into it? Identified rare looping issue in speech subroutines. Corrected and patched. That's all she has in there. Service work and crew tracking. Group identity G3376. Assigned units P177, J832, F593, N548, K670. Location Site Epsilon. I don't really know if that's an actual name of a location out there. I don't think so. Elapsed time 16 hours, 21 minutes, 43 seconds. At least I'm assuming that, unless it's 16 days, 21 hours, 43 minutes. It's a little doesn't really tell me. Last report, 12/16. Notes, Raider attack 1 unit abducted. 1 unit abducted. SRB notified, awaiting update. Looking M. Group identity G2199. There go the dogs. I'm sorry. Assigned units K290, R601, J828. Location site Gamma. Elapsed time 37, either hours or days. 9, either hours or minutes, and then seconds. I don't know, it doesn't tell you. Last report 2/20/42. Notes. Report is now overdue. Continue to monitor. I'd give it another 2 days. Benet A. Group identity G2024. Assigned units C865. Site Alpha. 621915. Last report 11340. Notes. Units A744, B621, K084 recalled. Error, no data present. Group identity G1672. G643, M911, M1911, that's what an M911, L792, W440, WD40, WD4, what do I call this? I'm going to call it W440, WD40, Q287, location site Delta. Elapsed time was a lot longer here, 124, 2315. Last report 3710. Notes, not getting as much as we were hoping for here. Might need to shut down site Delta. Let's see what the next report brings. Logan M. There are a lot of entries in here. Group identity G1486, assigned units R781, T354, B888, J174. Location site Alpha, elapsed time even more, 160, 3312, last report 15640. Notes, unit B888 removed, T354 added, error, no data present. Man, that's a lot of tracking, a few access logs. Benet A, update maintenance request. Benet A, begin review process on new work crew candidates. Logan M, access surface work crew tracking. Logan M, update maintenance request. Benet A, installing new OS system software. Okay. Another robotics terminal. No, that one's like 3A, right? This is 2C. Production schedule. I hate when the terminals, all like the UI in this game has been super janky. Like if you don't highlight, look, see how it's like not. It won't trigger like the scrolling, but now it will. I hate when it happens. Like sometimes I don't click on the right thing, even though I'm clicking on the right thing. Anyway, production schedule. Group ID 26267B. Classification G3 specialized labor. Role specification excavation and construction. Project ID E661. Units scheduled 3. Group ID 3121 5G. Group classification G3 standard. Role specification operations and maintenance. Project ID A1119, unit scheduled 2. Group 49831F. Group classification G2 security. Role specification salvage operations project ID K433. Unit scheduled 4. Group 63175B, group classification G3 standard, role specification operations and maintenance, project ID B787, unit scheduled 1. And access logs, where I think, didn't we do this? No, we didn't do this on this one. B'nai A, production schedule, B'nai A, routine diagnostic on course or designate 8688, all functions nominal. B'nai A, update production schedule, redacted again by IO. IO's doing a lot of redacted. B'nai A, more programming work on new AI software update. Local login, login M, access plan, system upgrades. B'nai A, prototype testing of neural net upgrades. Oh, and there's still some things on here. Project updates. SRB investigation. As you are all aware, from time to time, one of our Gen 3 synths assigned to the surface duty will malfunction and go off assignment. While only a rare occurrence in the past, in recent months we have seen a number of losses rise noticeably. Dr. Io has opened an investigation into this matter, and I must ask that you all give him your full cooperation as he looks into this troubling issue. Please answer his questions as completely as you can and provide Dr. Io with any logs, materials, or other items he requests. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve this matter quickly. Thank you, Father. Gen 1 phase out. Per Father's plans as discussed at the recent Directorate meeting, we will soon begin to phase out our Gen 1 synth units within the Institute with the intention of regulating all remaining units to the surface duties only, or to surface duties only. Our first generation synths have served admirably and exceeded their design specifications in virtually every category, but the remarkable breakthroughs in synth design and production that have led to our latest, more aesthetically pleasing models herald a time for change. Over the next several years, we expect to replace all Gen 1 units with Gen 3 units, and in time, we will enact similar plan with the Gen 2 units as well. As we look forward to the future, let us honor the memories of those hard work and innovation? Okay. And innovation that made the synths possible, and let us never forget the singular vision that challenged our forebears and that drives us today. Mankind redefined. Dr. Alan B'nai. Unique project. Overriding directive to not alter our synth's basic functioning and notwithstanding, Father has granted clearance for a rather unique project. In select Gen 3 units, the synthetic brain is indeed capable of accepting specific enhancements to visual cortex. Basal ganglia, I don't know the word for basal ganglia, I don't know. And the right what is it? Perennial? I don't know that word. Parietal, I'm guessing, parietal cortex. The result is substantially improved combat effectiveness due to two factors: an increased understanding of weapon accuracy to the extent that the combatant can actually visualize the percentage of effectively hitting targets or small areas on those targets, an altered sense of perception that mimics the effect of slowing or even stopping time. We recommend we commence surgery and field trials on appropriate operatives in the near future. Alright, so that's these two terminals, and there's what, two more? One more. Excuse me. Yeah, there's one more terminal.
Generation synths, we've improved.
Shut up, Max. Departmental notices. Impending arrival. A monitoring of events on the surface has confirmed that the time is almost at hand. Very soon our guest will be here. I admit I feel both hope and trepidation when I think of how our first meeting will go. Please make whatever preparations that you deem necessary. Consider all sensitive information to be classified for the time being. We cannot know for certain what our visitors' motivations will be, especially after coming into contact with the railroad. We will exercise caution, but we must also extend a warm welcome. In time, once a measure of trust has been earned, we can be more forthcoming. I need not remind you all how important this is to me personally, but I want you to also think of the opportunity for the entire Institute. We stand to gain a great deal if we make the most of that opportunity. Father. Power consumption, was it power conservation update? Power conservation update. I recently met with Dr. Lee to review the latest power distribution metrics, and there's both good news and bad news to share. I'll begin with the good. Dude, it's so hard to read these little terminals, like the little circular ones compared to the square ones. The way it distorts the text. Ugh. It's clear that we have all taken to heart Dr. Lee's request for greater emphasis on power conservation. The metrics demonstrate that we have improved our efficiency across the board. I'm particularly proud to note that the Robotics division has shown the most improvement with this regard, surpassing even advanced systems. Well done. Unfortunately, the efforts we have made to date are simply not enough. We must continue to find ways to conserve without adversely impacting our research and production. I know what I'm asking is difficult, but I'm also completely confident that we will rise to the challenge. I have some ideas that will be discussed in the next director's meeting. Until then, I ask that you please keep the need for conservation foremost in your thoughts. Concerns reply, Child Synth prototype. I'm concerned that the pace of our progress in correcting the problems with the child synth prototype. I cannot impress upon this division enough the need to resolve these issues quickly and completely. Time and again, I'm getting ahead of myself. We've corrected flaws only to see them return. I find myself questioning whether we're thoroughly testing these fixes before moving on to the next item. You know that I have great faith in all of you, but time is quickly running out. I must ask that you take whatever necessary or measures are necessary to meet the project targets within the time frame. Please make this your foremost priority. Father. Missing synth investigation. It's been brought to my attention that some of you are displeased with the methods and practices employed by the SRB division in its ongoing investigation into the missing third-generation synth. I'd like to take a moment to address this matter. Firstly, I know that I'm aware of your concerns, and I only intend to have a conversation with Dr. Io in order to ensure that he's also aware. Any disruption to your work must be taken seriously, especially at this critical time. However, I must also ask for a measure of patience and cooperation from all of you. It is simply impossible to gather the information necessary to carry out this investigation without an ongoing element of distraction and inconvenience. Remember that your cooperation is vital to bringing this investigation to a swift and successful conclusion. I'm sure that's something we all want. Father. Synth versus Android. As production of our Gen 3 synths continues apace, I would like to take this opportunity to formalize our categorization. The term Android has been used interchangeably with Synth for as long as the Institute has existed, and though some of our older residents may actually prefer Android, Dr. Zimmer being a prime example, the term Synth has always been more widely used. Today, our third-generation creations are truly synthetic beings, so the distinction Synth seems more appropriate than ever. From here on in, I strongly prefer all official Institute records and correspondence use the term Synth or Synths. Let us remember our past and appreciate the legacy of the Android, but let us live for the future and recognize the power of the Synth. Access logs. B'nai A reviewed work crew assignments, removed flight risk candidates. B'nai A access department notices. B'nai A updated 6th generation optics suite schematic. Logan M access department notices. Logan B'nai A notes. Submit second draft plan for alpha phase testing on VM functionality 3.0. Login IO redacted. IO's got some elevated permissions here with this whole little project of his.
Upon humanity.
At least it would seem that way. Hey, buddy.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I can't go there. That's where the synths go. Can I do anything with all this stuff over here? Nope. The goopy goops. The
I
liquids.
don't think you'll be needing that suit of power armor in here.
I was going to use it to crush your pussy. Head. Your head. Ah. Jokes. Anyway. I think we're good to go. So let's leave. So, again, robotics and advanced systems. So there's bioscience, and then there's the housing place. That's where I still have to go. I don't have to complete this quest either. This is not one that's relevant to the whole dance thing, but I figure while I'm here, I'll talk to the people, and then I'll leave, probably before continuing. Like, I'll talk to the people, I guess maybe trigger whatever happens after that, then leave. I'll do my best to take all the stuff. So, bioscience,
it's my
living
responsibility
quarters.
to make sure this place runs.
I've already talked to you, lady. So, to bioscience we go. Oh yeah. Let's get some more discussion going. Hopefully there's a little less reading. I've done quite a bit of reading here. Anything in the side room? Hello? Housekeeping. Housekeeping. Sliding doors. I'm in the storage area. Ooh. And there's like nothing I can take in here. Well, it was worth a look, eh? I guess. Oh, there's a door. Hello? And this just keeps going and going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. And some ammo, a sweeper. Alright. Give me all these plates. You don't need plates or applicators or any of this stuff. There's what, 2 doors? Yeah, there's that door and this door. Does this just like loop all the way around? This place is huge. It's a little bit disorienting how big this area is. And how mazy it is. Okay, so we got some crops. I cannot take. Nothing that I can press. Okay, so some hydroponics, I guess, and it does not dead end out. There's still a door here. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. It's a gorilla. Hey, apparently my legs are broken. I took a gorilla. He actually has a red outline. I wonder if I can kill it. I know it seems terrible, but you always wonder about these things. That is a lot of green. That's a lot of greens. Okay. maybe before I go into that huge area, I go back in the other room, because it looks like a back room. I'm already seeing tons of terminals to hit up. Sometimes there's a little too much reading there, Bethesda. I mean, I'm even going above and beyond the average gamer with as much as I'm reading. Come on now. Jeez. Have somebody read it to me. This isn't Morrowind. This isn't Daggerfall. Come on. Yeah, I got a lot of terminals to hit up, so let's hit up this one. SZI Phase 2 Development. Synth Zoological Initiative Phase 2 Development. Journal. Initial thoughts. What to create? We've engineered creatures that inhabit the sky and the land. The next logical step is to create a creature of the sea. The greatest challenge remains data collection, accurate measurements, behavioral data, life cycle, habitat, etc. Might Nahant, we've been to Nahant, Oceanical Society, had something useful. Note to self, request that we allocate a scavenger team in that area, which I was there. And were there synths there? I think there were synths guarding the place. I might be wrong. I'm misremembering. So which aquatic creatures create good, which aquatic creatures make a good candidate? Start with size, nothing too large, nothing too small. Most promising candidates, genus Delphinus, genus, what is it, Carcharinus? Carcharinus, I'm guessing, Carcharinus, something like that. On site, I don't Latin, alright? It's genus Delphinus, genus Carcharinus, I don't know. On-site habitat will be a logistical challenge. Expansion of BioScience likely necessary, including a large water tank. Many logistical challenges to implement. Facilities division likely to oppose this. Have to pitch this as a first step in a broader plan. What else can go in the aquatic habitat? Can we grow food in there? What other experiments could we do? Could we develop underwater synth models to carry out seabed salvage operations? Probably far-fetched. You need to work on this more. We'll table this journal for the time being, focus on other priorities until I can come up with more reasons that will benefit from the aquatic habitat. Can still gather data in the meantime. Warwick Homestead Initiative. Mission statement. The Warwick Homestead Initiative was conceived to facilitate field testing of various genetically modified specimens in the unique climate of the Commonwealth. It is hoped that we gain insight into the effects of trace radiation on the growth and development of said specimens. We of the BioScience Division are in full agreement on the following hypothesis. Subjected to the proper levels of ambient radiation and soil pH, such as those found in the exceptionally fertile soil at the Warwick Homestead, which I'm pretty sure I was there. I mean, is that not a place out in the Commonwealth? Am I misremembering? Our modified seed specimens are likely to exhibit accelerated growth rate and a twofold increase in size. No, I already read this. Project implementation. Stage 1. Using genetic manipulation, we will develop a unique breed of cucurbit ace, I don't know, something funky, with similar characteristics to those commonly farmed in the Commonwealth. Acquire Roger Warwick, Patriarch of Warwick Homestead, and conduct a series of intensive interrogation. Wow, your dick. Interrogation sessions to learn all we can about his life and family. With the intelligence gathered in Stage 2, create a synth replica of Roger Warwick and embed the unit on-site at the Warwick Homestead to oversee the operation directly. SRB will handle the logistics of this aspect of the initiative. Stage 4. Begin covert deliveries of prototype seed batches for planting. Stage 5. Collect observational data from embedded units. Stage 6. When sufficient data has been collected, retrieve synth unit and specimens for lab study. Purge all evidence or surface evidence of the initiative. Status reports. A bunch of batches. So 761 ready for shipment, P664 delivery complete, WW877 1004 received, P609 delivery complete, initiate delivery, ready for shipment, 8770905 received, delivery complete for P557, WW877 1004 received, P557 delivery complete, initiate delivery. I keep saying initiate. P557 ready for shipment. Received. Batch destroyed. In transit. Initiate delivery ready for shipment. Nothing like overly useful there. Behavioral anomaly report. Director Holdren. Here are the details you requested. The gorilla behavioral anomalies. A total of 16 incidents of heightened aggression have been documented. BioScience personnel who witnessed these events, myself included, would categorize the level of aggression displayed as extreme and dangerous. In all, 6 synth handlers have been destroyed by guerrilla attacks. As for what triggers the behavioral changes, I speculate that it's a reaction to perceived conflict. Several attacks followed heated arguments that took place within earshot of the pen. Another occurred soon after the recent SRB security sweep. It seems there's a clear fault in the behavioral model. I doubt it can be corrected. I know you're against it, but I think we have to consider destroying them. Failing that, I recommend that all contact with the gorillas be limited to synth units only. BioScience personnel should not be permitted to come into contact. The risk is simply too great is what Carlin there meant. Them typos. View access logs. Holdren C, SCI Phase 2 Prep. Volkert B, Feeding and Maintenance. Holdren C, SCI Phase 2 Prep. IO, again, redacted. Carlin I, Behavioral Anomaly Report. Login K319, replace cooling unit. Holdren C, transmit primary director's terminal. Message subject SCI Phase 2. So that's that for that terminal. There's one other one in this room. I'm not going to go in the main room yet. I'll go around the outside first. And that's the only habitat that I see is that gorilla right there. BioScience terminal. Departmental notices. That we've already read that one. We've already read that one. Those are two, I guess, that are just generic ones to each department. Synth zoology, the next step. I have some exciting news to share with all of you. Father has approved the next phase of my proposed synth zoology initiative, and I'm already in the process of setting up a schedule for the initial prototyping phase. As has always been the case, this is a low priority project, but those of you who find yourselves with free time are welcome to contribute. I'll need to make a few preliminary decisions, not the least of which is what kind of creature we'll want to replicate. I don't have to tell you how eager I am to begin with, and I can't wait to see what amazing things we can do given our recent advances in synth development. Director Holdren. So that's it for that one. Soil pH values. Acidic, alkaline, neutral, acidic, alkaline, acidic, neutral, alkaline, or acidic and alkaline. So obviously it doesn't really tell me anything on any of the batches and what the batches actually are. Access logs. Soil pH values by Carolyn. Carolyn again, soil pH values. Volkert B, departmental notices. Holdren C, departmental notices. Carolyn I, departmental notices. So that terminal is nice and easy. I need to sleep. I need to eat. My character's he's hurting. See, these areas are like super ominous. These are like old areas, I guess, of the place. And I almost feel like they're gonna take me out of the institute, which is kind of cool. Emergency pharmaceutical kit. Yeah, I got a med kit. I got like an old school one that we're used to seeing on the Commonwealth. It's gonna be awkward going out to the Commonwealth, being used to like those just the white walls and stuff, like the eerily clean institute, and then the normal dirty Commonwealth. All right, so I'll need to get in there again somehow, but there is a door back here I did not access. What's this one? Mine? No, really? I'm overweight, son of a bitch. Hold on, gotta do this. FEV lab. Oh shit. So this is gonna be an instance. Is there a container here I can utilize? There's containers over this way. I want to put some of this loot in the container, not just on the ground. I'll come back and I get it when I go into the BioScience, like the main area of the BioScience place. Hydroponics. Hey dogs. Alright, so the dogs just went ape shit. Sorry about that, but the point still stands. I need to find a container. And I'm not having any luck, which is kind of funny because the only container that I know of is like the old school stuff out here. Yeah, old school stuff not letting me down. New school stuff letting me down. Okay, well, on that note, oh, that explains it. I have quite a few weapons and things like that we picked up along the way. Some lab coats, courser uniform. I'll have to come back and get the stuff in some way, shape, or form in the future. Like this is just something that's going to need to be a thing. That's just 27 pounds of applicator. Damn. But no, this says FEV lab like it's its own instance, and I worry that because I'm going in there, I'm gonna get in trouble. But yeah, we'll save and let's pick it. God, the dreaded novice lock. You think they have more security in here? Yeah, I mean, with it being the institute, but I could pick it with a bobby pin. Oh my god. This is gonna be like crazy, isn't it? This is gonna be like old tech. This almost seems like something I should do later. Ah, shut up. Stupid trap thing. Restored. Look, we're detected. Like, I feel like there's gonna be enemies in here. What are we detected by? A dead synth? I mean, I might load my save and go do the BioScience division first and then come back here. If this is like, especially if this is like a way out. You know? One of those deals. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to wrap it up and we'll make a decision here in a little bit. Apparently I can't figure out this novice lock. Nice. Novice locks are hard, man. Pack of cigarettes, buttons. Oh. Okay, so those are just door controls. Nothing fancy here. Desk fan, toothbrush. Alright, I guess. Telephone. Some ammo. Some bullets. But what? And there's a dead synth. What is in here? Really? We're gonna have turrets in here? Why would we have turrets? Are these like... That's an Assaultron. Are these rogue? Is it like a rogue AI? I don't know. This is definitely not the way I want to go now. I think we'll come back to this. I think we'll stay in the Institute BioScience area. We'll go talk to all the people there, pick up my crap, maybe store all my shit, and then consider going through here. That sounds like a better plan because there seems to be a lot going on in there. But yeah, for now, minus the dogs barking. This is why I cannot have nice things in this life because these dogs are asshats. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Episode 557. Sorry for the dogs. Sorry for the interruptions. Shit happens. Feels bad, man. We'll go talk to them, go see what's going on with the gorilla, see if we can get any new informations and dialogues and terminals. And, you know, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Good times. Some lore. But again, wrap it up here. 557. Thank you guys all for watching. And I'll see you next time.